guy Mom's with. He's another drunk. I think the words something like, "What the hell is she thinking?" came out of someone's mouth. Well, all I could think was that she was almost 45 years old at the time. Who were we to tell her who she should or shouldn't be with? Because we sure as hell didn't listen to her when it came to men, did we? So I tried my damnedest not to judge this man that I didn't know, no matter what happened. Now, Poppy was already at the storage unit, and he knew that 2 of her daughters were coming to help move. And he was trying really hard to make a good impression. But let me tell you something. The first time I laid eyes on this man, all I could think was, holy friggin' crap, she's with a giant. There's this 4'11", 110-pound woman with this gigantic man who was just as plump as a bear. Now, I plastered a smile on my face and I walked up and I said, "Hi." Because that's all I could actually get out of my brain to say. Because the whole time I'm thinking, he's a freaking giant, and if he rolls over and an arm lays on her, or heaven forbid he actually lands on her, she's a flipping goner. I am nervous. Well, now he was cordial and polite, but then he attempted what I would suppose was supposed to be a smile across his face. But what came out looked more like a wounded animal. I tried not to stare, but then again, all I could think was, oh crap. But he was up there front and center and lifting and hauling and packing, and then it happened. He broke a piece of glass. Wow. Just as simple as that. A tiny piece of glass shattered as his knee accidentally touched it. Well, I'll tell you something. All the way to Toronto heard the cursing and the yelling come out of him. And then, the next thing I know was the sonic boom as his cannon-sized fist slams into the side of this truck. So I'm standing there looking around at this scene going, I was pretty sure Mom was going to have to pay for a new truck, so I walked around to see how big the hole was. No hole. We got lucky. And I'm sitting there thinking, we have this really big giant who's really pissed off. We better calm him down. Well, I'm sorry, I lost my track. But no hole. I walked back around. By then my hearing came back. I could hear again. I realized I was actually deaf for about 5 minutes. And again, all I could think was, we gotta get this giant calmed down. We had a pissed off giant snarling, mad, and bleeding. And then it came to me. A scene in a movie I'd watched. King Kong climbing the tower with his lady love in one hand while the military was trying to shoot him down on the other side. But now, I wasn't having any of that. So, I've always had pretty big balls of steel, I'm not afraid of much. Although I will admit, this one gave me a little pause. Never faced a giant before. By then, my balls were a little melted, just a touch. You know, they were a little smaller than usual. And I figured I was dealing with King freaking Kong. And not the nice one this time. So I mustered all my newbie nerve and I walked right in the line of fire. Honestly, all I wanted to do was get some distance between him and Mom, because I still had the pictures of, Mom dangling in his fingertips as he's running off with her. more nerve than I was actually feeling and asked him to come and talk to me alone. By this time, I was thinking, wow, no one's ever going to call me yellow after this one, even if it doesn't go good. And with blood dripping, big splashes around my feet, I turned and walked out of sight, around the truck. And when I turned to face him, I was only looking at the belly button. And I'm thinking really quickly in my head, well, if I'm this tall, Mom's, that's why he likes her. Okay, but all joking aside, I simply told him it was fine and a very easy fix. I told him I didn't really know him, but I wanted to get to know him. And that if he made my mom happy, I was happy, and that was all that mattered. And now, all these years later, I couldn't picture my mommy anybody else. Not ever. But to be perfectly fair and honest, it was when he quit drinking for her that he seriously won me over, and the respect I felt was overpowering. This is the man I should have had as my father my whole life. But I have my poppy now. I finally have a daddy to go with my mommy. Okay, on the mom. Now going back to that same day, when we was all packed and ready to go, Mom was coming in the truck with me and Zoltan, and we was driving. We left ahead of everyone else. Big mistake. Okay? And jumped on the highway. So far, so good, right? Yeah. Then it came time to get off. You remember this now, don't ya? Jumping monkey, she had no idea where we were going. She forgot to even get the address. So we gets off on Kenilworth. Mom says, should we have to turn down here? Says, okay, we turned. Mom, which house is yours? Well, she says, it's one of these streets down here on the right. I'm thinking, okay, that's doable. We'll just ride over down until we find it. Oh, she says, well, we gotta go in the back way. Okay, why? Oh, because of the construction, we can't get in the street. We gotta go in the back way. Okay, cool, how do we get there? This was her response. I don't know. Okay. So here we was in this big truck driving up and down and in and out all the streets. And finally, she looks up and says, it's this one, I think. We look out and there's Cavell, standing on the porch. It's the right one! We win! I was, really kind of stunned. You forgot the address? But we made it. And what a day it was. And by the end of it, here was my mommy in her house that she bought and paid for with her money and her sweat, blood, and tears that went into it. And it was hers. And against all the odds, this woman, she has beat them all. Every freaking one of them. And here we are. I am so proud of you. I know usually the parents are proud of the kids, but I'm proud of you. And I'm proud to stand here and speak on your behalf to you. You may have lost faith and heart over the years, but it was your guiding light of hope that brought us home. All of us. that man. It'll never be 100% complete without Sean. But he's looking down on